welcome to my channel. So if you are new here, welcome again. My name is Mari and I am a 9th grade lit and comp teacher in Georgia. I make videos about teaching, about lifestyle, and soon to be mommy content. So please make sure you engage, comment, and most of all subscribe, and I'm glad you're here. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be briefly talking about Outschool. I've been promising this video for about a year and a half now, and I keep putting it off and I keep forgetting, but the time is now. I'm going to sit down and talk about my experience as a teacher on Outschool as well. So like I said, I teach in a public school system, but part-time I tutor online through Outschool. So if you don't know what Outschool is, basically it is an online platform that connects teachers and students, and basically teachers are able to offer many different classes for many different age groups for kids all over the world, and students are able to enroll and take those classes, which is pretty amazing. So first things first, I've been teaching on Outschool since October 2020. I applied in September, and honestly the ball didn't start rolling until October, where I had my first 2 kids, and those 2 students stuck with me for about a year and a half. And I no longer teach them now, but I'm very grateful for them because they pretty much helped me start gaining momentum and attracting other students as well. I actually miss those 2 guys, and they're pretty awesome. I hope they're doing well. I know one of them moved out of the country, and the other, I believe he went to high school. So nonetheless, I'm super grateful for them. So like I mentioned, I started teaching Outschool in October 2020, and what made me even pursue Outschool was because I was looking for a second means of income. If you know anything about teaching in the public school system in the US, you know that many teachers can agree we need to get paid more. Sometimes teaching is not enough, especially when you are trying to make major life changes. You know, a second means of income is always wise in pretty much any career choice, but especially teaching. And I will say this, I have my master's and my specialist degree, but during that time I just felt the need to find another means of income as well. So in October 2020, that was about the time me and my fiance were about to move into a house. We were planning a wedding. Now we're preparing to welcome our baby girl in the summer. So honestly, Outschool has been a true blessing, and we're super grateful for Outschool. So let's talk about the interview process. The interview process for me was extremely smooth. Basically, I had to apply, I had to answer certain questions, I had to record an interview video, and I believe I also had to record myself teaching a class, or basically creating a video as if I were teaching a class. And honestly, my application was accepted very quickly. I will say that I prepared for that video. I did my research. I went online. I looked at other YouTuber videos who had basically applied to Outschool, the do's and don'ts, what worked and what didn't work. And basically I used that, and also just, you know, my experience as being a teacher, and I got accepted pretty quickly, and I was able to submit my first class and start teaching pretty quickly. So I was very grateful for that. Like I said, the way you will get clientele, the way you will attract more students is reviews, and honestly, just teaching more classes. Sometimes it's trial and error. One class might do very well, and then another you're like, okay, this was, you know, a good idea, but it's not working, it's not attracting students. So nonetheless, you have to be willing to think outside the box and put yourself out there and offer various different classes at various different times for various age groups. The age group and times and the content that worked best for me was, number 1, ELA. I'm an ELA teacher. I know ELA. I teach secondary, so middle and high school. And the times that I really put classes out there and scheduled classes was in the afternoons, when I would suspect kids are getting out of school, or depending on if I'm teaching students from other countries, early in the morning. I'll get into that in a second. So nonetheless, there are two types of ways you can do this. You can do group classes or you can do private classes. I do really well with both, but I will say if you are trying to figure out how to make more money in a given amount of time, obviously group classes are the way to go. For my private classes, I do charge a little bit more, but my group classes have really been more lucrative for me. So Outschool lets teachers basically teach and offer many different types of classes. Like I said, there's one-on-one classes where it'll just be one teacher, one student, and usually that might be a class where the teacher offers private tutoring or homework help. I've done that in the past. There's one-time classes. I've done that in the past as well, where basically the teacher will create one specific class and it's offered one time. Obviously, you can teach or offer that class multiple times, but it's a one-time class, so you wouldn't expect the same kids to take that class over and over and over again because it's the same content, if that makes any sense. Ongoing classes, that is where I stay with ongoing classes. Ongoing classes have been amazing for me because I, number one, am able to teach the same content each week. My lesson plans will change, my activities will change, the passages will change, but my two major classes that have made me the most money and that have, you know, been most lucrative and beneficial and successful for me are my ongoing writing class and my ongoing ELA tutoring / enrichment class. Those classes have been great for me and I love teaching them. Another positive with ongoing classes, you see the same kids each week. By doing this, you are able to create a community, you're able to create positive relationships with the kids and their parents, and it's great. I love ongoing classes. Some teachers might choose to create semester courses, and I think a lot of students who are homeschooled, they kind of veer to semester courses. There's short courses, there's camps, and then there's simply group classes, right? So also there's flex classes where it's basically asynchronous. The teacher will create content asynchronously and students are able to complete the activities and assignments and watch lectures perhaps, or watch the videos of teachers explaining the content. And the way they communicate and interact is through discussion boards or messaging, things like that. And there's live classes. I tend to stick with live classes. Flex classes, I have found, are a lot of work. But if you plan it right, it can be pretty lucrative as well. Another thing I want to discuss is flexibility. So the great thing about Outschool is teachers are able to teach literally anything they want to teach. So my thing was ELA. Like I said, I love ELA, I love reading, I love writing. I love helping students engage with literature and things like that. That really makes me excited. But if you say are an amazing cook and you want to offer cooking classes, or you are a dancer, you want to offer ballet classes, or even if you are a gamer and you want to offer classes that, you know, help students build Roblox or whatever, you can literally teach anything as long as it's appropriate, age appropriate, and approved through Outschool. So I think that's amazing. Nowadays, as a public school teacher, sometimes it feels like we're forced to be in this box. And so it's amazing for a platform like Outschool to allow teachers to be creative. So yeah. Another aspect of flexibility that Outschool offers is teachers are able to create their own schedules. So if you want to teach at 2 a.m., you can do that. If you want to teach at 7 p.m. each day, you can do that. If you want to teach for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, you can do that. But I will say, think about what would be most engaging or effective. Think about what would be most appealing for parents and students. That is what I will say. and you should consider that when creating your schedule. For example, I teach students from literally all over the world. So when you're creating your schedule, you need to consider, okay, so it might be 6 p.m. where I live, but what time is it in California? What time is it in North Korea? What time is it in Japan, London, Germany, Australia? So consider all those things when making your schedule. For the most part, it can work. I've taught classes at 6 a.m. I mostly teach classes at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. But you just consider that. And Outschool does a really good job of providing a chart that kind of lets you know what hours are in most demand. So you can always take a look at that chart prior to scheduling your classes. One last thing about flexibility is teachers are able to create their own prices for classes. Now, you need to think long and hard about this, because if you create a class that costs $30 per learner per class, you may not get that many students to enroll, versus if you charge, say, between $10 and $15 and have 10 students enroll, then obviously that class will be more worth your while to teach, right? You'll make more money teaching that. Speaking of money, Outschool does take 30% of what you earn, so keep that in mind. And also, you need to basically save a portion of what you earn for your taxes. So I know that this video was super quick and I gave a lot of information in a little bit of time, but there are so many YouTubers and videos out there giving more detailed information about Outschool, what it has to offer, and honestly, you can go to the Outschool website and find out more information as well. Nonetheless, I do want to end this video by basically saying I'm super grateful for Outschool. It has been a great second means of income for me and my family. Like I said, it helped us pay for our home. It helped us pay for our wedding. And honestly, it is helping us prepare for our little girl, which is exciting. And I'm so grateful for Outschool. I can teach in the safety and comfort of my home. I can connect with students from all over the world, and it's great. I completely recommend it. If you want to teach 1 day a week or 5 days a week, go for it. It's just, you can't beat it, honestly. You can't beat it. And they give bonuses. So that was a plus. It shows that they value their teachers. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that it piqued your interest in Outschool. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Don't forget to like, comment, and engage, and most of all, subscribe. I reached 1,000 subscribers this week, which is so exciting. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. So yeah, that means a lot. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna end the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.